coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Carolina Panthers. 22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. Sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football and Big D as their guys will do battle with the Carolina Panthers. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. First carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off.
And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing, but to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position, and to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
That catch good for only a couple.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up deep.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, a shaky start for both quarterbacks now. We had the interception on the opening drive, and now they throw it right back to him.
So does that mean we're really kind of starting from the beginning, Brandon, right? Both of them have done it, so we kind of start from scratch. Looks to me like both of these defenses have done their homework, and they're executing quite well.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. On play action, Rodgers. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Elliott. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They'll try again with Elliott. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a pull.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. So 4th and goal, their head coach gave that offensive line one more chance to punch it in, and this time they were successful.
They certainly paid off the coach's confidence, didn't they? And how about the fact that they stayed with the ground game? Because a lot of times in that situation, partner, we see teams try and roll the quarterback out, give him a little run-pass option, and treat it like a 2-point conversion play. In this case, they went with a little bit more power and got it done.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. He finds his man, complete. It's Peterson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
He's got a man. That's Marshall. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. Nice move at the 5. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3.
Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. That has to feel like a very unsatisfying drive, right? You move the ball all that way, and then you can't convert on 3rd down.
But it was satisfying up until that point. Almost like a great movie, and then the film cuts out before the big ending.
On 4th down, Stafford. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
And the Cowboys are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Quite a decision there on 4th down. They didn't just want the first. They wanted 6 points, and following the interception, they're going to come away with neither.
And that's too bad, partner, because they really went for it on that one, right? Because I think in their mind, sometimes the illogical play is a logical play. But in this case, they were wrong.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. Oh, able to avoid him. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
56 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On play action, it's Rodgers. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Now Rodgers. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Looking for the end zone.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. Second down coming up.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Rodgers going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to go up top for the end zone.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
And again, it's Rodgers. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Touchdown, Cowboys. John Ross, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. McManus's point after is good, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a throw here to his running back. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Stafford's throw pulled in by Marshall.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Throwing again is Stafford. Touchdown! That's caught. DJ Moore. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Panthers are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And with an 8-point lead, probably not too much of an impetus to try and do too much here. Rodgers' throw here going to be caught by Wilson.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And this one is incomplete.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over it, and they got there to break that one up.
On 2nd and 10, Rodgers. He's going to try and go deep again. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here we go on 4th down with Rodgers. Going up top. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Cowboys. McManus now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission. Meanwhile, Stafford's throw complete there to Moore.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Throwing is Stafford.
And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
The final shot before the break. Stafford looking left side. That's caught by Moore. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Stafford.
He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Stafford's throw complete here on target to Tunyon.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
On Stafford for the third time is intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
There he goes right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Now McManus for the extra point. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return.
Oh, a miscommunication on the lateral. The ball's out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Deontay Johnson, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Play action. Stafford. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 6 there on first. From the 27, Stafford letting one go deep for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took shot, couldn't connect.
And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. So the decision to challenge does not pan out, and that's also going to cost him a timeout.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Stafford. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And I think the ball's out, and that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part,
touchdown Panthers.
Christian McCaffrey,
his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
70 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Rodgers.
Oh, he's going up top for Wilson.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, time to...
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Randy Gregory. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. For Marshall, that's complete. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
They snap it to Stafford. And Marshall's got it. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Under pressure, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. To throw is Stafford. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Arnold. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season.
And the Panthers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Forced out to his left. It's complete. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On play action, it's Rodgers. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on the receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now a play fake and it's Stafford. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Strip that ball.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Rodgers. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And that's gonna be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard.
44 is the mic. 44.
They go to Elliott again. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and second and 1 is now third and 3.
They can't hang with us. 44, 44, Mike, 44. Get that quarterback.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Yetur Gross-Matos
Able to run him down for a 15-yard loss, and it will be fourth down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Now a throw here, hauled in. Peterson a first down and more. And finally taken down to the 25-yard line.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws. This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth. Here we go on fourth. Stafford. Flush to his right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Second and 11 now.
Screen. Pass. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. No chance.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 88 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass.